Hi, I'm Brian. When I was studying for my ASE certification test, there was a question, something to the effect, Technician A says the most important system to safety or critical system on a car is brakes. Technician B says that it's steering, and somebody else said airbags and seatbelts, something like that. And the correct answer was steering is more important than brakes or anything else in terms of safety. If your brakes go out, you have a backup brake system, a mechanical one, your emergency brake often called. But if your steering goes out, you don't get to pick where you're aiming. You can't aim for something cheap. You know, if your brakes go out completely, you can aim for a bush, aim uphill, runaway truck lane, whatever the case may be. But if your steering's out, you're hosed. And you can have a rollover, you can go into oncoming traffic. It's a bad deal. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today and tell you what will happen if you have a tie rod end fail. This is where your wheel goes, a front wheel. And this is a tie rod, and it basically pushes and pulls on the steering knuckle where the bearing and hub assembly is, where the wheel goes. This is a really important little part right here. Let's talk about that. So this is literally the joint that came apart. It's a ball and socket joint, just like a ball joint, or just like a pitman arm, idler arm, or any other kind of steering linkage. It's a ball and socket. You got a suspension that goes up and down because your wheel is mounted out here, and as your wheel goes up and down, this has to be able to flex. But then as you turn the vehicle, it has to be able to pivot too. So a ball and socket's perfect for that. Now here it is pushed in all the way, and you can't feel a lot of play. That's just a little bit. Look how little that is. But it actually came undone. You can see the socket here and the ball here. So a little bit of play can be a big deal. If you have play in your steering, like even just that much, that's bad. Now you may ask, well, big deal, so it comes undone, I'll just step on the brakes. Well, if you're going fast, you basically are going to take a little while to slow down. It may take several hundred meters, just depending. So let's see what happens with a vehicle if the tie rod's undone. So here I have a Chevy pickup truck, a little RC truck, and what I've done is you can see it's got little tie rod ends. This is the union where this would go. So what you see here is what you have there. Now this one I've left intact, but on the other side I took the wheel out and I flipped it around so it's facing the wrong way. And so this one's just floppy and independent, and this one we have control of. So it's a perfect example. Instead of when you turn the wheel, normally they're supposed to turn together. You can kind of use your imagination and see how you'd have control. So we're going to drive this truck around with only controlling one wheel. So that's going to be the left wheel or driver's side wheel. Let's play. I have control. So we're about 3 feet from the camera. You can see I've only got steering on just that one wheel. Let's try to go straight to the camera at 3 feet. Can you imagine trying to go down the freeway 80 miles an hour and that happens? All I did was push straight. Let's try it again. So I'm going to position the truck. We're going to aim right at the camera. All I'm going to do is just push on just going straight. And it bails off to the right hand side. Now what happens if I turn right with it? Okay, so I initiate right hand turn, and it kind of goes straight. It actually turns less. The point is you don't have control. You have no say in which way your car's going to go, and if it bumps off without warning, good luck having the reaction time to do anything about it. So if you have a little bit of play in your steering, or if you did, just even a teeny tiny little bit, look at this. That's not that much. But if you feel it's a little sloppy, if you turn your steering wheel when the car's not started yet, maybe just check it. And if you got a little bit too much play, it might be a good idea to take it in, have it looked at, or have somebody else turn the steering wheel for you like that. You just pretend like you're a little kid. Turn it far enough to where you move to the ends of the play, but you're not causing the tires to turn. If you're turning the tires, it's not doing you any good. You just want to feel what the play is. You have a second person, that'd be you, or somebody with some experience. Look underneath and check your tie rods. They look like this. And ball joints, they look like this on a lot of import cars. But basically, this is out of a Ford Explorer. The Ford Explorers, they're not going to roll over if something goes wrong. So they would have been totally, no, I'm being facetious with you. That's a dangerous setup. But anyway, check it out and just get it fixed. That way you don't have to make a bailing turn off to the side. Theirs was on the right-hand side, the passenger side, so they'd be going for the ditch, but could be going for a pedestrian, could be going for who knows what. So, and that's the point, is that you don't get to pick what you hit or when. But if you maintain your car, then you don't have to worry about it. I hope you enjoyed the vehicle. I hope you enjoyed the vehicle demonstration, but I also hope you enjoyed the video. If I've earned your subscription, be sure to click subscribe and stay tuned. There's plenty more good stuff to come. It's got a lower ball joint and then a McPherson strut in the top. This is a tie rod end. This is the inner tie rod end, but this is what pushes and pulls on your wheels to turn them from side to side.